Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to pre-market analysis for September the 17th, 2020. It is Thursday. We could all, or you could call it payday if, let's say, the action going on in pre-market it's switchable to your positions in the chat, live chat. Mr. Les, wow, he is, well, at least he's the first one on here. So I will share the link. Hopefully, there's only one link. Though I was late scheduling this. I had a very late evening yesterday. My whole week has been really, really just busier than ever. So let's just wait for some others to join. So good morning, Mr. Les. Thank you for commenting on the video. We produced a late video last night because since Sunday night, I've had this question literally like 4 times. Yeah. And from our very own subscribers. And this very topic, we're talking about the topic how to determine your strike price. For option because we give strike price, but as the week move on, the strike price that we give there are based on the previous Friday. Yeah, so let's say today you want to start fresh new trading one of our alerts, you cannot use that strike price, obviously. So there are several ways how you go about doing that. Yesterday we shared one of them. That's uh, that's we thought during the bootcamp. So and I had that question from several members. So I literally yesterday was late. It was like almost close to 8 Pacific time. I'm like, oh, let me do this video. So I rushed into doing the video. So hopefully you liked it. I know that Mr. Les and others they commented on it. Thank you. That's the best way of supporting the channel. I really appreciate that a great way. So, Mr. Les, you must have posted you posted an initial comment that you knew the answer. I don't know. I haven't read that yet. I haven't read that yet in terms of, because in the video we ask a question. Oh, that's actually a good trick to interact with the viewers. Ask the question that, hey, based on the knowledge on that technique, I think we were using what stock? We were using B1 stock, which we can actually take a look at here in terms of its ATR recently, like since the last week, B1 has been moving. So we say that, hey, if you find yourself in a situation like this, based on which that we explained, there is actually a very cool strategy that you can implement and with the high probability of making money because the stock is moving. Yeah. So that strategy and then we ask people to share the answers in the in the comment section. So Mr. Les was the first one to reply, so he wanted other to reply first. So I'm gonna take a look at your comment, sir, your answer, and reply to that. I have not had a chance to do that yet. All right. So while we were talking about that, Miss Z just came into the room. Good morning, Miss Z. How are you? Miss Michelle from the far, where's the Atlantic for me? Every time you say, I tell you guys that the window is over here, but the window, if the window is over there, the Pacific Ocean is over there. So the Atlantic, the other side of the Atlantic, where Mr. Michelle is joining us from, is far away. I cannot point that through my window. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, it is currently 5:46 a.m. Pacific time. Is pitch dark across the window for me here in Southern California. Let's give you some just so call roll on here. It's currently 4:47 p.m. in the afternoon in Port St. Louis. Port St. Louis, folks, it is in the beautiful island of Mauritius. Yeah, we said, and we're still maintaining this, right? If ever this whole pandemic ever get to finish, we want to make it to all the places where a trader from Successful Trading has had a 10-bagger. So, and then we remember that Mr. Mark here from Missouri told us that, hey, he's going to stop at shy of a 10-bagger because he doesn't want me to come to Missouri, to which I replied, I've already been to Missouri. So, so let's say we have traders in Singapore where we know we have already had 10-baggers. So Singapore is like number uno on the list. Trust me. I've told. I don't know if I revealed to you what the specific place in Singapore that will really draw me there, even before meeting traders from that beautiful city. So it's currently 8:48 p.m. and in Buenos Aires is 9:48 a.m. in the morning. Welcome everybody. We have 12. Well, I think that's a quorum. Yeah, we have at least we have one lawyer in the room. As long as you have one lawyer in the room, folks, you can proceed. So, Mr. B, good morning to you, sir. So let's go ahead and. Take a look at this market. What did I want to start off with? Yeah, I wanted to start off with exactly which that we talked about on Sunday because it's not funny or anything. For you, I can share my experience trading this week, and actually, Mr. B, I think we are partner in crime because I took a trade, and the entire week, though the trend was still intact, I'm gonna tell you what the trade. I mean, we talked about it. There's no hiding the trade, right? Yesterday, for instance, where came time actually to start collecting, taking partial profit, the behavior was still very erratic, meaning that this is the contract will go from $1.30 to literally 42 cents. And the trend is still intact. I mean, but the variation, but because this trade, this stock, we're talking about NVIDIA, Mr. B. Mr. B took the trade, was it on Tuesday? Because for me, when I look at the setup just of all the stock that we had there, and I look at that setup since Monday, it gapped up. It got up 30 something dollars from Friday to Monday. And every single day, it was posting a red candle. Actually, instead of me just talking about that, we can actually go into that. Yeah. So, and talk about that. So, the points I want to make here is we talk about being patient. Yeah, folks. It's not just words. We actually have to find a way to be patient and realize that, hey, a trade can take time into setting up. And NVIDIA, for me, look at this, folks. So we started on the 14, 15, 16. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, today is Thursday. So this is what the stock did. Yeah. And then on Tuesday, we gapped up again. Even after this bearish run here. So if, let's say, you enter this thing on here, right? Okay, are you going to sell on Monday? Hopefully, not hopefully, Mr. B. I need to be on point with Mr. B this September. I can no longer be making mistakes from August. So I'm sharing the chart of NVIDIA, and we're looking at the 15-minute charts. Yeah. So Monday, it gives us, okay, they were going to fill the gap. You know what they do with gaps, right? They take their sweet time. Yeah, they take their sweet time, and it's just frustrating people because they know technical analysis, people who use technical analysis for trading, they are all over that. If there's a gap to be filled, the code word is easy money or whatever. There's no such thing as easy money in trading. Trust me. My friend, how did you deal with the fact that Tuesday we gapped up again? So I think Mr. B, you enter your trade, let's say late Tuesday, right? So Mr. B was smart into it because he got a much better entry, trust me, because all that happened here, my friend. So you had some profits here. Let's say they start taking them away on Tuesday. They took them even further away. So, and theta killing as well, right? Because you're like, you are below the moving average. You are below VWAP, but this thing is just not doing anything. And then yesterday, okay, finally yesterday, we didn't gap up. But even if we didn't gap up yesterday, notice the upper wick, the upper shadow. $5 upper shadow, folks. So meaning you needed to quiet your mind in that first 15 minutes. For me, I don't even know if I was looking at the screen. It's later that I realized that, oh, it went to 523. And in my mind, you know my reaction. Oh, man, I could have gotten more contracts on that. So yesterday, I spent my day selling this thing, those contracts, at over $1 and then rebuying them at 50 cents. That's what happened yesterday. But very, very frustrating day to the point where at some points, but for me, the only thing that kept me in it, and I was really, really stubborn, to be honest with you, because I was like, okay, this stock over the last, since let's say the 4th of September, it has not been able to sustain any momentum about $520. So eventually, it's going to find itself back. So the key thing was it to drop below moving average. So this moving average, when it closed yesterday, so yesterday, literally, here's what I did yesterday. Yesterday, I put in an order extremely out of, to sell about 40% of the position. I had a few, trust me. 40% of the position at a price that was just ridiculously high. Because for me, I was expecting that last candle to just do something crazy. And then I put in another relatively close to the price. Still, they never feel it. So they were just, because I was expecting it to drop below $500. So notice the low yesterday was 555, and then they just kept it there. So eventually they only sold, let's say, 20% of my overall position on the last candle, and I was just like, all right, okay, folks, okay, fine, I see this. So I said, fine, because the chart, that's what the question I was asking this morning about QQQ. If I go back to do some little bit of quant analysis, not that it's an exact science or anything, what happened last Thursday? So the last couple of Thursdays of the month of September, the market has had the same type of behavior, big red candles. We're gonna see that on QQQ on here. So that's why I was asking you guys this morning that, hey, can you guess the target price? And I mean, if you try to use the ATR, it cannot be an ATR over 14 days. I'm not sure if that would have given you the right answer. Yeah, this is QQQ. Maybe, because let's see, how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let me maybe ask here. That's an opportunity for us to ask. So how many people? We have 13 people on here. So where are the rest of the folks? Remember what I told you guys, right? So the market is red, and then, I mean, or maybe everybody just decided that this service is not working for them. I'm not sure. Let me see. We have exactly 13 traders inside of the Discord. That's interesting. Okay. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Is it too early? Are they all oversleeping? Or that's interesting. Okay. So I've joked before about the status of the market and the number of traders who, I don't know, either they stop following the markets or whatever. But this morning we're seeing exactly 13 traders inside of the Discord, and I guess nobody else on YouTube is watching. It is a red day. Okay, Mr. Wayne. Mr. Wayne, I think you're right. That's has been my thesis. But this is another sample point. Or maybe it's my shirt. Where's Mr. H? Maybe it's my shirt, because my shirt must have scared people away. Yeah, and nobody made a comment about my shirt so far. So, in whatever the reason is, it's very interesting. So for us on Sunday night, if you were with us Sunday night, we share this chart of QQQ and even SPY, right? We say that we notice a similarity to February, March when this crossover. So this is another thing that you can put on your arsenal, because yesterday late with one of the traders, they showed me a stock on actually where we were able to spot this crossover in whatever the direction. Is not just bearish. You can use it on the bullish side as well, right? So here, for instance, yeah, this was the last time that the exponential moving average cross over the exponential moving average 8 period cross over the exponential moving average 20 period, and what ensued was just a run. As long as it stayed like that, you can stay onto that trade. So in our case here, this crossover on the bearish side took place on September the 10th. And we have what we actually mentioned on Sunday, that, hey, in building that long range position, let's say October 2020, the best way is to try to put orders when the stock is bouncing at that price. Yeah. So if you did that yesterday, you stand to for your position. You have added contracts, yeah, and you stand to maybe get some early appreciation on that position this morning on here. So for me, that's what kept me in the trade for Nvidia the entire week, but definitely frustrating. So this morning, I expect nothing less. This morning is not gapping up; it's gapping down. So in terms of target, I know that hey, maybe the question is not the question. Only Mr. B may be interested into that. Red is the new green. Hey, I have the colors of my charts. I have red, green. I purposely put this one in. I knew that it will draw comments, right? At least, come on, folks. Give me some credit. I still love green. The market can be red, but it will be green for me. Okay. Oh, well. So, In any case, Mr. V, in terms of if you're still in the trade, I hope you are still in it. At least for me, I still have 80% of my position. What I intend to do here early is to lock down some profit, but definitely I don't want to be a fool because it wasn't last week. It was the week before, Mr. B. Out of those two candles, I remember that Nvidia I'm using the 470 put, by the way. Yeah, for those who are wondering. So they are not quite yet in the money. But if I apply the ATR rule, let's go. Okay, this is actually a great teaching moment for those who are interested. So if we put together uh, the knowledge or from the video yesterday, so let's go look at the ATR for NVIDIA. We want to find out a potential target price for NVIDIA for the rest of the week, meaning that we want to get an idea when we should sell our position, or because trust me, my friend, if still actionable, the stock is only, look at me speak, the stock is only down 3%. Only. Then see if somebody's catching this shows, they're gonna say that man is crazy. Yeah, the stock is only down 3%, folks. Look at this stuff. The recent ATR for Nvidia has jumped from $15 to $26. Another angle of getting into trade, finding stock, my friend. What if I told you that, hey, we need to be interested in stock that have an increasing ATR, like during this time here? Because when that trend starts, my friend, it can go for, this was February, March, by the way. Yeah, this year is in September. So from $15. But even if NVIDIA, we apply an ATR of $15, at the current price that is trading, I mean, the ATR you have to take into account the previous day close. So obviously here, it may not be the same. But right now it's telling us that it's at 26, right? So meaning that for us here, from where it stands right now at 485 or whatever, putting in for $15 for just one day, we have 2 days left because NVIDIA, you can trade that until let's say tomorrow. But let's say you even have one day. I like what Mr. S suggested. In the method that we explained yesterday, Mr. S is using that, but it's the same. That's what I talked about, right? You don't count Friday, let's say the last day. Yeah, so meaning that for your number of days at the beginning of the week, you're going to say that you have 4 days. That's another way of being conservative. We know that's a little bit more expensive, but you will be, you are likely, the probability of being in the money will be higher. Yeah. So in the case of NVIDIA here, what's potential price that we have today? So 485 currently at the stock. So if we take an ATR of 15, and again, you can ask me that, hey, but Telex, it could go either direction. Yeah, that's fine. We're aware of that. Yeah. So in the down direction, $15 from there, that gives you the price of 470. I will take that. This guy will take that. I have the 470 put. And I can't guarantee you that if the stock hits 470, we still need to be involved in it tomorrow. So 2 weeks ago, when this happened, these two candles happened. This was Thursday, September 3rd, and Friday, September 4th. There were $60 contract that went over $10 the next day. Pay attention to this chart, folks. There is money to be made late into the week. I've said that many times. So on a day like today, my whole job, my whole focus is how to get myself into the last hour and a half in this market. Yeah, with still some contract. Yeah, because they're going to throw everything at you today. Yeah. I've shown you the 15 minutes after, to everybody, was it on Sunday night? Yeah, I showed you how they put the trading has literally been the tape. It's called tape reading, meaning that you read the movement of the price. It's a very powerful technique that a lot of people use, right? A lot of traders use. They put in a low, let's say on your 15-minute chart. We show that, let us show that to the broader audience, since not everybody was with us Sunday night. We observed that a great deal on SPY. So where they will put in a low, and then they spend the next hour retracing to the moving average. And then from there, they're going to put, because from there, data is going to burn. The traders are going to be frustrated. Yeah, they're going to sell the puts, and then they go and post a new low and so forth. So meaning forming inverse horseshoes or inverse U's. So let's show you that on here. Because these are the things, folks, that as your trader, you need to be aware of. So that's gonna help you go into. Okay, so here it is a little bit yesterday. Here it is a little bit yesterday. I was talking with somebody who had a one-on-one yesterday. So see this? This here we opened on yesterday sideways, no decision, right? Then, oh, okay. What's up with that? There was no reason for this. We know we have the Fed meeting. And then the FOMC, I talked to you about that always the initial move after that 2 p.m. is never the right direction. Yeah? And then we put in a new low. They used this technique all of last week on SPY. Okay, this is it here. My finger. Look at this. Low, preferably below, outside of the lower Bollinger, and then retraced to moving averages. So how do you trade this? I mean, either you sell on here and then wait and re-enter there, or if there's time left, you're confident that, okay, as long as we are below the resistance, which will be, if your closest resistance is the yellow line, that's you feel even more confident, meaning the yellow line, which is the most recent momentum, the exponential moving average 8 period. So it's closer to, is the one closer to the price as the stock is going down. I'm talking too much. I need to, let's say, be in tune here with what some of the traders are saying. Oh man, I love these questions, right? Do I think that the stock will gap fill before fading again? The stock will gap fill before what stock, sir? Do you think stocks will gap fill? I mean, for me, stocks in general, I don't analyze the market as a whole. That's something that I tell people, and I'm having this conversation with traders individually. I don't care about the general mood. I don't read the news or anything. So each stock, I treat it as a single entity. Example in case, I showed you the chart of B1 earlier, right? B1 all of last week was trending up despite the market being, the so-called market being red. Snap was another one. So trade stocks individually, please. That's going to save you a lot of headaches. Trade stock individually by studying their chart. Each stock individually. So meaning, if I'm interested in the stock, I strictly study what that chart is telling me. I don't care about the charts of SPY or that day because they are not going to be trading the same. A lot of these stocks are not part of the SPY. SPY is just a basket made of 500 of the most important company in the US. But my friend, you know by now, if you don't, go to successfultrading.com, find that article to tell you that we have literally 6 stocks that make SPY move. The rest, they are just there they have a weighting, but the weighting doesn't count. Yeah? So hence, this idea about that, do you think that the stocks, they are, I don't know what stock, be specific. Ask me, hey, or for your analysis, analyze a specific stock that you want to trade. You cannot analyze the entire market. So let me know which stock you want me to take a look at, and if whatever the chart is telling us, and never about what I think. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that the indicators are doing this and doing this. That's what I'm trying to teach on here, such that when we are reading something, we're all reading the same thing. It's not about, because my opinion, my friend, count for zilch into making this market move. Mr. B said that he added more NVIDIA on a little move up near market close. Oh my goodness, Mr. B is loaded. Okay, Mr. B. Well, Mr. B, I think late today I'm gonna have time. If you need help counting the money on all of those puts, yeah, I will. I'm free, sir. Trust me, I'm very diligent at counting money. You're a very busy man. I can assist with that. I can assist with that. Oh, great job, Mr. V. Great job. No, well, if you guys remember, it was in the Hangout, right? It was Tuesday, yeah? Well before the close. As I used some sentence, or some type of sentence that, hey, somebody make a bull move and trade anything on NVIDIA. Mr. B replied at the time, I think I'm going to find that message, Mr. B. After the trade works out, most hopefully it's going to be the highlights of the week. Then Mr. B said that he is patient. He's waiting for the close to make his entry. And I gave him the thumbs up. For the rest of the traders who are inside of our Discord room, go find that message. It seems to me important messages are always evade, or how do they call? Yeah, evading. So yeah, some message people are missing on some message. So but folks, if you don't have any put set up or anything, rest assured, right? I'm telling you folks, even on Nvidia, this is still actionable. Yeah, the ATR for this stock is over the most recent ATR as we saw, it's what? It's 26. This is ridiculous. And the stock right now is printing 480.00 as we speak. So I encourage you to set up a strategy, trade individual stock, study a chart, any chart that you like, because I'm getting feedback of traders who are telling me, hey, Telex, I applied your method of above VWAP, posting higher highs, or below VWAP, posting lower low to a stock, any type of stock, and I made money. I'm saying, yeah, that's the whole principle. The idea here when you come at successful trading is for me to give you the technical tools such that you are independent. You don't need anybody to be making a trade. You pick a stock, and upon analyzing it, you're able to trade it successfully. If you are at that stage, then my friend, you're on your way to being a successful trader. All right, so let's see. We have literally 5 minutes. Mr. Thomas just come in, and Miss Michelle says she can help as well. Miss Michelle, I was first. I have Jibs. Beside, are you going to take a plane? I think the plane have resumed right between Europe and here. I read it yesterday, so something came yesterday. I don't know, I read the news or anything. I don't know. In Australia, because they cannot travel at all, so actually some airlines over there, they are just taking passenger and going and flying over the desert. You know, they have a very large, vast desert in Australia, and then people returning back to the same airport because people are saying they miss actually flying, but they cannot fly anywhere. Australia is completely restricted in this pandemic time. So I was thinking of it like, that's a noble idea. You go to an airport, you get on a plane, you get up in the air, you just spend time in the air. That's a new form of tourism. That's definitely something. Mr. Thomas saying that he has some 111.25. Yeah, those track on Apple, hopefully they remove them. they look funny to me. The other day I was trading 107.25 puts. I'm like, what? But welcome to the live after split. Mr. Thomas have the 125 and 110 puts. Will be good buying opportunity next week for shares. Okay, I don't know exactly how those two things worked out or anything. For me, I'm trading what I'm, and one for the road. This is something that we have talked to some of you. Some of you have portfolios of stocks, right? Trust me, I applied this yesterday on a stock that I cannot tell you guys for personal reason. I mean, if you hire me, but because I could get myself into trouble. So I hold these stocks, right? But I realized that we are seeing today, the gap down, folks. Come on, this was a long time awaiting. So if you are surprised by this gap down this morning, I've been telling you every single time on here that we're gonna wake up one day, the market's gonna be down -3%. That's the beginning of it. Yeah. So I own shares of that stock. But yesterday, while this actually when they were bouncing, it was really last minute thing. I've been planning for this for a long time, and that stock was up. I took some puts on it between the time when I bought those puts on a stock that I own shares of the stock, right? So your way to protect yourself, yeah, is Mr. Greg in. Mr. Greg is all versed into that, even though he still feels dirty when he's making money on puts. Mr. Craig, I feel super dirty this morning. So is Mr. B as well. So you can come and clean us up. in our dirt. So I bought puts. Again, let me be clear, right? You are not doing anything with your shares. It's not something or selling against your share or something. No, I know that technique as well. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking strictly saying that, okay, I hold shares of this company. I'm going to protect myself if there is a downturn by buying puts, straight up puts, very cheap puts. Yeah, very cheap puts that are going to be offsetting the fact that the market is going through down or through a correction like today, and those puts will be paying you. By me doing that yesterday, I'm sharing that with you because that position on the puts were up 300% by the close. I kid you not, true story. Too bad I cannot reveal that It's yeah, it's a well, in any case, I stop there. So, folks, I'm gonna give everybody back 17 minutes. In 17 minutes, you are to be able. Oh, maybe Telex, we haven't done it. So let's go back and take a look at where the so-called market that we're talking about, because I've been busy, blah 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 blah, explaining a lot of things. So right now we are seeing the inside of Power E Trade, and you are seeing this is Nvidia Corporation, folks, is trading at $478.90 or $479. Mr. B, again, we will gladly. So, Mr. B, you have 3 volunteers, right? You have, maybe by order of proximity. Where's Mr. Thomas? I'm not going to state people's states on here just for safety reason. I mean, I'm in California. So you know that. But Miss Michelle is available. Mr. Thomas, a.k.a. The Juice, is available. So, Mr. B, Florida, well, my only problem is with what's Richter's going to Florida. I'm a little bit concerned. But in any case, I think we can find a way to help Mr. B today. So this is such abnegation in this group of traders, people just volunteering to help their fellow traders. I love that, folks. I really, really love that. So thank you, everybody. Have a great trading session. Use the 15 minutes to reset your mind. Tell yourself that even on a Thursday, it is still possible to get something out in this market. The market is moving. Yeah, that's our conditions as option traders. Sideways action is not good for us. A moving market, it's something that we like. So we can be patient, wait for the setup. There are still going to be head fakes, though, the direction of the market. As of now, let's actually take a look at where the indexes are trading. Oh, I just found a way. Okay, I'm looking at my screen, and at the same time, I'm looking at, I split my window a little bit so that at least I can see the chat room. So QQQ is down 2.81%, okay, 2.81%, so at 266.81. So let's say 3%. Can I run it up? Notice yesterday a little bit of divergence between QQQ and SPY, right? So we talked about this before. So QQQ, whatever direction that we are going, QQQ is leading always. Here they are down almost 3%, where SPY is down only minus 1.75%. Yesterday, for the most part, SPY flirted with the green or the even area, and it closed at minus 0.4, while QQQ was closing at minus 1 point something. This morning, again, look at the starting point on there. We have talked about this for how many weeks now? Meaning that if your focus was strictly to track the indexes, for us, we say that even on Sunday that we prefer QQQ because it has been, its stock moved the most, right, when on the uptrend. So now on the downtrend, we are seeing a little bit of that as well. The only thing for QQQ is that it only has Friday expiration, whereas with SPY, we have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I mean, the SPY, that's really a headache sometimes. So one thing, and I'm going to finish with it. I keep saying I'm going to finish with it. I'm learning a lot, really, about some of the idea, things that are stopping traders out there. So there's this notion that if you hold puts, or if you hold, I don't know, if you hold any type of option, and they're in the money, you are going to be the traders call it that the exercise. We haven't talked really about that. Okay, folks, when you are holding calls, for instance, that are in the money, it's up to you to decide if you exercise. Yeah, meaning somebody cannot assign to you. The people who wrote, who sold them to you, they will be the one being assigned by people like you who decide to buy it. So meaning, what does this mean? As long as you close the position ahead of the market closing, you are not going to be risking any type of assignment or anything, because with some traders, they are concerned with that, saying, hey, but Telex, I cannot trade late in the last 30 minutes or something. No. You are in the money. It's not up to you to be assigned. If you leave that and you don't take any action, then your broker, they will take the necessary action on you. So if you're holding puts, that means you shorted that. And for you to close the position, you will have to buy the shares. So just that you understand. I'm going to be making a video onto those because there are certain misconceptions, things that are preventing people of fully taking advantage of certain trade. So the remedy for that for SPY is, for instance, okay, fine. In the last hour, 2 hours on Monday of SPY. If you want to trade SPY, use the Wednesday of expiration. Yeah. And then in that case, you can even be aggressive on the strike price. I hope that makes sense. And then on Wednesday, use the Friday expiration. Same thing on Friday for SPY, use Monday expiration, if that's the case. But you have to be able to trade on expiration day with no problem at all, despite your stock being in the money. Okay, folks, thank you for your time. I think I've said too much. I've said a lot. Wishing you a great trading session, and be patient. Trying to find your way in a great position in the last 90 minutes or so of this session, because it's very, very promising. Thank you, everybody. Catch you later. Bye-bye.